We're now at the part of the project that if you're not planning on putting out fold out legs on your serving tray, you'll skip the next few steps if you just want a basic serving tray without legs, and you should skip forward to the plywood stock breakout for the base of the serving tray. And we're now at the step in this project that we'll be laying out and drilling holes that will accept our 3/8 inch dowel later on for the fold out legs. So for this, you will need your two side pieces with the bottoms labeled. This will be crucial because we are laying out holes that will go on the bottom half of the groove. So these holes will be on each end of the side piece, and they will be inset from where the shoulder of the rabbet is on our side piece. So right here, it'll be inset 12 millimeters, and it'll be set up from the bottom 10 millimeters. So we'll be laying out holes 12 millimeters by 10 millimeters on each side of our side piece, so each end. And again, that is, we're measuring from the shoulder of the rabbet. So how that'll look with my combination square, right now it's set to 12 millimeters, is I need to make sure that I am butting it up against the inside of the rabbet here when I do that. If you do it from the end, sometimes some will be longer than others, so that's why we're butting it from the shoulder of the rabbet. So when you do, you need to make sure it's nice and flush, and then you can scribe a line across. And then do that on all 4 pieces, and then we'll get to the next stage. And now with the lines 12 millimeters in from the shoulder of our rabbet, we can adjust our combination square so that we have 10 millimeters showing on the end. So get it to the 10 millimeter mark, lock that down, and now I only have 10 millimeters from the shoulder of the combination square to the end of the ruler. And now I'm going to do a very similar motion. Again, you need to know which side the bottoms are, but we are going to go and put the mark of our crosshairs where we'll plan on drilling. So we take it to our line that we just drew at 12 millimeters, and we will be marking our side piece like so. Do that to all 4 pieces, and then we will indent those with an awl for our center punch mark. I grab my awl, and just a reminder, since alder is quite soft, you really don't need to do a lot of force to make your mark, but this step is very important that all of these spots are in the same position accordingly. So we are going to, again, double check that we're on the bottom of our side piece, and you're going to take extra effort and extra care to make sure that we're right centered in your mark. And then you are just going to put it up and give it a tap so that the center of the drill bit can then locate that and drill the perfect hole. And now that all of our holes are located with center punch marks, our next step is going to be at the drill press, where we'll install a 3/8 inch drill bit, and we'll be drilling blind holes into our side pieces. And a blind hole is a hole that does not go all the way through, where that would be called a through hole. A blind hole terminates in the wood. So we will be drilling to the same height as our groove, or same height as our rabbet. So our hole will be at the same depth, and we'll set that all up at the drill press. All right, here we are at the drill press, and if we have any questions about how this drill press works, look at one of my previous videos where we drilled the holes in the handles for our end pieces. That's where I'll go over how all the different locks will work on this drill press. But for now, I'm going to assume you know how things work, and what you'll need for this step is you'll need 2 quick clamps, you'll need your side pieces, and you'll also need a 3/8 inch drill bit installed in the drill press. So to drill these holes, we only want to drill as deep as the shoulder on our rabbet. So we want, once it gets to here, we want the drill press to start, or we want the drill bit to not go any further. So in order to set that height, we're going to use the depth stop on the side here. So in order to do so, we are going to lower our bit over our rabbet, and once it lightly touches down on this far side, we can tighten the spindle lock. That way this does not spring back. And now what we're going to do is we are going to lower the collar on the depth gauge until it touches the base of our drill press. So the hard casting below it. Just lower that until it bottoms out and you can get it snug. That way you know this is as deep as it can go. And then this top collar you can lower, and there's a small set screw on there. You can tighten that, and that just keeps everything firm and in place. Now you can test it out. You can release your spindle lock. You can lower your drill bit, and you should be able to just get your piece under it with it being just about the same height. And now that our height is set with the depth stop here, we can prepare everything for drilling our holes. So what that's going to involve is lowering the bit so that it's just inside the center punch mark. Then we can use the spindle lock to hold that in place. Clamp our piece to the table with 2 quick clamps. Undo the spindle lock and return this to the top. Try it again to make sure that it's still in that same hole. Then we can turn the machine on, drill our blind hole. That should go to the base of our rabbet. And we should be able to take everything apart and then do that for the 3 other holes. And I'll show you how that looks now. Again, the drilling process is going to look like this. We are going to locate the center hole of our center punch mark with the tip of our drill bit. Then we will lock that in position with the spindle lock. Then with the combination of 2 quick clamps, we will secure our piece to the table. And now that that is secured, we will release our spindle lock and double check that we're still in the same spot. And if everything is good, we can drill our hole. That again, we've set our depth stop so that it'll only drill so far. Here we go. And now we have 1 blind hole drilled that is 3/8 inch in diameter that will perfectly accept a 3/8 inch dowel that we will later use as the hinge mechanism in our serving tray with the fold out legs. So now I will continue to do the other 3 and I'll show you how that goes. And now we have 4 blind holes that are drilled to 3/8 inch in diameter, ready to accept the dowel for our serving tray's fold out legs.